And I'd like now to turn the balance of the program back to Donna. Thank you all very much.
Excellent talks. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I want to welcome everybody again back up on the stage. Thank you to Bob Seitz and Carol Jansen for organizing this conference. Also the entire local organizing committee for all your hard work making this a premier event for the international marine community. On behalf of over 2,500 individual members and 106 corporate members worldwide, it's my honor to greet you today. It's a pleasure to be with our esteemed IEEE OES colleagues as well to celebrate this conference for the first time in Anchorage, Alaska. We're now one team, and you'll see at the exhibit hall, we've combined booths, so we're full force together to make this Oceans Conference great. I'm going to give you a little bit of state of society, how MTS has been changing. We just announced our 5-year strategic plan. That was actually in March, and it's now corresponding to an implementation plan. It's a 5-year implementation plan, if I can say it, that outlines how we're going to accomplish our strategic plan. So we're still finalizing this plan, though, but it will include the addition of exciting new programs, technical committees, and great new services and benefits for our members. And I'm going to summarize some of those to you today. The first thing we added was our MTS headquarters infrastructure. We added a new customer relation management database, so a CRM, which we didn't have before. And this will be active October 2nd. The new CRM will allow us to communicate with our members more effectively and help us manage our data. Second, we're happy to announce that we have a DC-based communications firm to help us with all our messaging on Facebook, Twitter, and whatever else there is, LinkedIn. This firm will help MTS better communicate with its members and highlight the accomplishments of our society in both national and local levels. So back in OTC, we kicked off the industry mentoring program, and it pairs young professionals in the first 3 to 5 years of their career in industry with veterans having more than 10 years of experience. Our goal is to establish a mutually beneficial relationship where mentees can further their professional development while making valuable connections within the industry. I'm pleased to inform you that as of today, we have 25 mentors and 12 mentees, and these relationships are seeing the impact here in the U.S. and as far as India. So, likewise, the MTS Scholarship Program has awarded over $50,000 in scholarships to date, including soon 2 new undergraduate scholarships that will be given out through our India section. And this is in remembrance of our colleague, Dr. Vembu Submarinian, who passed away early this year. So looking to the future, we have a new internship program currently under development as we accumulate several corporate relationships. We're scheduled to launch the internship program in 2018. So MTS will continue to bring to the forefront several important global topics of key technologies. One area that we're focused on is actually the creation of newly established MTS professional committees. So we've now established 2 this year, the MTS Cyber Security and Infrastructure Committee and the Bio-Inspired Marine Systems Committees. So both of those committees have representatives here at the meeting, and there's additional information can be found at our booth. Tomorrow morning we have a meeting, gathering of the Bio-Inspired System at the MTS booth. So if you have any interest, come on out. If you're interested in getting involved, please stop by. Additionally, improvements in ship design, ocean energy, power system, enhanced maritime and Arctic domain awareness, coastal resiliency, ocean observing, and autonomous systems of systems are all other topics that we'll be focused on. We're doing these at the Oceans technical programs here, but also at tech surges and special workshops. We've begun to strategically communicate these topics by marrying them to various platforms of messaging, including the MTS Journal, conference proceedings, panel sessions, tech surges, and other events outside our annual conferences. For example, the MTS Professional Committee on Bio-Inspired Systems, we had a tech surge in Norfolk just last month, I think it was. And from that, we are going to launch an MTS journal that will be our next issue coming out in October. And we did something quite unique at that meeting. We had a graphic artist come, and as the speakers were speaking, she was drawing out the talks. So we're going to incorporate that artwork, and actually you'll see it on one of our brochures for the meeting tomorrow morning for the technical committee. But it'll be a nice addition to our artwork in the journal. So at the Tech Surge, we had a number of research biologists. This was quite unique because it was an A-team of the biologists studying nature. But we also had government scientists, underwater vehicle engineers and manufacturers, and operators of commercial UUVs that were engaging in this topic on biological propulsion methods, sensory system mechanisms, maneuvering, energy harvesting, and soft robotic materials. So manuscripts will be in the journal. Keep an eye out for that. Additionally, this afternoon, we're starting to tie everything together. So we're going to have, MTS will host the Interagency Working Group on Facilities and Infrastructure for first in a series of special events on the importance of conducting research at sea on ships and preserving the federal government oceanographic fleet. So this half-day format will focus on keynote remarks, interactive ship telepresence, and a town hall panel featuring the IWGFI principles. So we're going to have a number of events after this, but in Charleston next year, we're going to hold a similar event. So we'll probably have one or two in between to carry that conversation on some of these important topics as well. So MTS also created a new breakfast series in the spring, which is designed to bring together thought leaders from industry, government, and academia through a robust professional development program under the MTS umbrella and backed by our DC section. We're all excited about the fall program. The topics are going to include the maritime cybersecurity and infrastructure, future on autonomous surface vessels, and the third one may turn to plastics, ocean plastics, pollution, or it might be the maritime energy systems. We're going to finalize on that topic, or perhaps the blue economy. We'll figure that one out. But please visit our website for these events taking place. So I'm excited to see the impact of these initiatives and what they will have on the international maritime community. In concert with our strong board leadership, which brings tremendous experience from the maritime industry research and education and most senior levels of government, which you've seen today, our goal is to reinforce our relationships with members, subject matter expert, member companies, as well as organizations outside of MTS. We'll continue to provide forums to promote awareness, understanding, advancement, and application of marine technology. I believe our impact will be great, and stay tuned for some of these new and exciting events. We know we're going to focus on some of the oil and gas as well. So now I believe we're going to start the awards portion. I think I did that pretty fast, so maybe I made up a little bit of time. So we're going to kick that off. Where is Kevin? Do we have the voice of God queued up?
MTS thanks Compass Publications for their 52 years of sponsorship, recognizing the industry's best of the best. It was in 1966 that Compass Publications President Charles Bussman initiated these 3 awards, and Amos Bussman has continued this tradition. Today, these awards will be presented by Mr. Rick Martin, Vice President of Compass Publications Incorporated. Thank you, Compass Publications, for 52 years of support. The Compass Distinguished Achievement Award honors an individual whose sustained career of accomplishments have significantly impacted the field of marine science and technology. This year, the Compass Distinguished Achievement Award is presented posthumously to Margaret Davidson. Many who knew and loved Margaret Davidson use the word visionary to describe her. A consummate networker, she had a mind that served as an encyclopedia of existing and potential partnerships. She was gifted in recognizing and capitalizing upon common goals, and she never took her eyes off the importance of community engagement in protecting coastal resources around the nation. Her life and career will cast a long shadow for those who will follow the trail she blazed in coastal zone management. An active participant in coastal resource management issues since 1978, Ms. Davidson earned her Juris Doctorate degree in Natural Resources Law from Louisiana State University. She later earned a master's degree in Marine Policy and Resource Economics from the University of Rhode Island. Early in her career, she served as the Special Counsel and Assistant Attorney General for the Louisiana Department of Justice. She went on to become the Executive Director of the South Carolina Sea Grant Consortium. She first joined NOAA as the founding director of NOAA's Coastal Services Center, where she created a customer-driven organization that accelerated the use of technology, tools, and new skills for the coastal management community. She then served as the director of the newly formed Office for Coastal Management. Ms. Davidson took on another challenge, becoming the first NOAA senior leader for coastal inundation and resilience. She went on to serve as the acting assistant administrator for NOAA's National Ocean Service. Throughout her career, Margaret served on numerous local, state, and federal committees and provided leadership for national professional societies. Her work focused on creating environmentally sustainable coastal development practices, reducing the risk associated with extreme events, and advancing climate adaptation practices. Ms. Davidson had been the recipient of numerous honors, including Fulbright Fellow, American Meteorological Society Fellow, Gilbert White Fellow, and Zurich Fellow for Climate Adaptation. Dr. Jeff Payne, Director of the Office for Coastal Management, will accept the award on Ms. Davidson's behalf. Additionally, MTS has made a donation of $500 in Margaret's name to the Old Dominion University Research Foundation. Funds will focus on the Center for Sea Level Rise.
Thank you. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be able to stand here in the shoes of someone who very few of us could actually fill. We lost Margaret back in late May of this year. We truly and continually feel that in our hearts and in our spirits, but her spirit lives on with us. The thing about Margaret, in my experience, and I worked with her for over 20 years, was that she had three qualities that really stand out. One is vision. She was a visionary. She was the kind of visionary that was actually years ahead of most of us normal folks. She was an inspiration to many, both as a way to think about how to overcome obstacles that present challenges to most of us, and she was an inspiration to those that are defining and managing their careers and the obstacles that they encounter in that, a mentor to many. And finally, she was a consummate partner. She was a partnership builder, a collaborator, and she just made so much of a difference in so many lives, personally, professionally, and she really took us forward in ways that are so hard to qualify, but the results and the benefits are clear. Thank you.
The Compass International Award honors outstanding contributions to the advancement of marine science and technology and is open to those outside the United States. This year, Compass is proud to recognize NATO SRO Center for Maritime Research and Experimentation. The Center for Maritime Research and Experimentation is a world-class scientific research and experimentation facility that organizes and conducts scientific research and technology development centered on the maritime domain. CMRE delivers innovative and field-tested science and technology solutions to address defense and security needs of the alliance. It is an executive body of NATO's Science and Technology Organization. Located in Italy, CMRE is built on more than 50 years of experience and has produced an international cadre of leaders in ocean science, modeling simulation, and acoustics, as well as delivering critical results and understanding that have been built into operational concepts and systems. CMRE operates on 2 research vessels that enable science and technology solutions to be explored, developed, and tested at sea. The largest of these, NRV Alliance, is a global class vessel that is one of the quietest in its class, allowing precision acoustic studies to be conducted at sea and across the world, including polar regions. CMRE's current focus encompasses intelligent autonomy for maritime vehicles, distributed autonomous sensing networks coupled with modeling and simulation. Additionally, data mining and deep learning approaches support security decision-making and operational experimentation, thus taking disruptive technologies to sea in exercises alongside existing systems. Congratulations, NATO STO Center for Maritime Research and Experimentation.
So thank you everybody for being here. I am of course not the Center for Maritime Experimentation. I'm here only to represent CMRE on behalf of the director, who sends his thanks and appreciation to the community and of course particularly to MTS. The center is very close to my heart. I've been involved with the center for something over 30 years. The center is of actually about the same age as the MTS. And in many ways, we've been working in parallel, developing a whole community of people. The center has a rotational policy, which means we have more than 1,000 alumni. There's probably a few in the audience here. MTS, Tom Pastore there. MTS has previously honored Federico Di Strobel, who was one of our great alumni. And I look forward to MTS and the center going forward together, creating a community of scientists, researchers, and engineers to work towards a habitable and sustainable future. Thank you very much.
The Compass Industrial Award is presented to an industrial firm that has demonstrated outstanding contributions to marine science and technology. This year, Compass is pleased to recognize GRI Simulations Incorporated. GRI Simulations Incorporated is a software development company focused on real-time simulation, modeling, and visualization for critical marine activities. GRI's first product was the Virtual Remotely Operated Vehicle, VROV, simulator system, designed as an instructional tool to be incorporated into existing ROV pilot training programs. It applies the technologies of virtual reality and dynamic physical modeling to generate realistic and scenario-based ROV simulations. The implementation of the VROV mission created an interactive design engineering and analysis field development kit, IDEA FDK. The IDEA FDK augments existing technology to allow field development teams to integrate commonly used engineering packages within virtual simulation platforms. In 2016, GRI launched its small vehicle simulation training software. This software has the capability of using any small remotely operated vehicle with a variety of missions and scenarios for surveying, recovery, and inspection. With collaborations from Seabotics and VideoRay, GRI is the only simulation company to provide inspection-class ROV training. GRI also launched its online store, where VideoRay and soon-to-be Seabotics simulation software can be purchased and installed onto a customer's laptop. Recent developments to GRI's in-house physics engine, GRIP, have resulted in expansion of simulator capabilities. These applications are ranging from emergency environmental response to asset integrity management. GRI has expanded research and development support applications to include AUV hardware and software support, multiple ROV capabilities in one scenario, and launch and recovery system support. Congratulations, GRI Simulations Incorporated. The Lockheed Martin Award for Ocean Science and Engineering is presented to an individual who has demonstrated the highest degree of technical accomplishments in science, engineering, or technology. MTS thanks Lockheed Martin for their ongoing sponsorship of this award and notes their gift of $2,500 to the recipient being honored this year. Representing Lockheed Martin is Kate Hadelet, who will present this year's award to Dr. R. Venkatasan. Dr. R. Venkatasan has 34 years of experience in ocean technology and is currently working as a scientist for the National Institute of Ocean Technology as part of the Ministry of Earth Sciences in India and head of Ocean Observations Group at the National Institute of Ocean Technology. He has also served under the UNEP Regional Seas Program. Dr. Venkatasan earned his Master's of Technology from Karnataka Regional Engineering College and his PhD from the Indian Institute of Science, focusing on marine environmental pollution and management. He is currently teaching ocean policy and ocean measurement as an adjunct faculty member. He has been credited for 100 papers in journalism, 135 papers in conferences, and has delivered more than 250 invited lectures. He has also co-authored 2 books, filed 6 patents, and sits on the editorial board of 2 international journals. Dr. Venkatasan notably led a team to the Arctic to install India's first ever Arctic Moored Observatory and received the National Geoscience Award from the President of India. He is responsible for planning, coordinating, and implementing the ocean observation systems activities, including development and installation of tsunami and deep-sea met ocean buoy network for tsunami warning in Indian waters. Dr. Venkatasan's accomplished work has taken him to more than 35 countries and earned him election to numerous international steering committees and chairmanships, including United Nations Environment Program and World Meteorological Society. The founding chairman of the MTS India section and chair of MTS Marine Materials Committee, Dr. Venkatasan has been an active MTS member since 2013 and mentor for students working on master's degree dissertations and PhDs. Through MTS, he has chartered 4 student chapters who have awarded student scholarships and launched a student AUV competition. Dr. Venkatasan has had a direct impact on his community at large, supporting the livelihood of coastal fishermen. He currently works on many collaborative projects with leading universities in the United States, United Kingdom, and Japan. Congratulations, Dr. Venkatasan.
Thanks to MTS, thanks to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to receive this Lockheed Martin Award by MTS. I personally thank my colleagues, my institute, my director, and my former director, Dr. Atmanand, and my ministry for doing all these activities what you have seen. It's all the opportunity I got it. I could serve and help these students involved in the ocean technology. And I also had an opportunity to start the MTS India section. And I'm very proud to say that this platform of MTS is helping many of us in India, and we look forward to interact with all of you. Thank you very much once again.
The highest accolade an MTS member can achieve is to be named an MTS Fellow. To be named a Fellow indicates an individual who has made outstanding contributions to the advancement of the Society's objectives and who has demonstrated notable accomplishments in their professional field. Since its inception in 1975, only 122 individuals have been so honored. This year, we are proud to honor 3 distinguished individuals: Captain U.S. Navy retired Zdenko Willis, Doctors Stephen Cargill and Scott Glenn. Captain Zdenka Saba-Willis, United States Navy retired, is the CEO of Verasian Consulting, focusing on ocean technology and policy. Zdenka's accomplished naval career includes service as a meteorology and oceanography officer. Zdenka has been an active MTS member since 2008 and recently retired from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's NOAA Senior Executive Service in January 2017. Ms. Willis was the founding director of the United States Integrated Ocean Observing System, IOOS. IOOS coordinates a network of people and technology to generate and disseminate continuous data on our coastal waters, Great Lakes, and oceans. In that capacity, Zdenka pioneered the development of important concepts, including the system and structure for formal certification of each of the 11 regional coastal observing systems around the U.S. today. A well-coordinated and efficient national network of regionally tuned observing systems exists because of Zdenka's leadership. With IOOS serving as the U.S. contribution to the Global Earth Observing System, GOOS, Ms. Willis held a leadership role within the GOOS U.S. Regional Alliance. Her experience and expertise allowed her to represent IOOS and NOAA in two additional platforms, the Interagency Ocean Observing Committee, IOOC, and the U.S. Global Earth Observations, GEO. All of her roles supported and promoted NOAA and IOOS's observing activities on a regional, national, and global level. Her knowledge of trends in technological development have resulted in such contributions as the use of gliders for making time-sensitive, targeted observations of pre-storm conditions. Ms. Willis has pioneered the development and deployment of high-frequency radars used for making synoptic observations of the wave and current conditions, critical to safe commercial navigation in our nation's exclusive economic zone. Zdenka Willis has been a model for effective public sector administration. The U.S. Congress took note of this leadership and passed the Integrated Coastal and Ocean Observing System Act of 2009, which was signed by President Obama. The passage of this legislation was profoundly impacted by the leadership demonstrated by Zdenka Willis. MTS stands behind the groundbreaking work IOOS is attempting to achieve for the ocean sciences. Additionally, with the help of Ms. Willis's leadership, MTS has made a significant impact on the IOOS legacy and the progression of this initiative. Accepting the MTS Fellow Award on behalf of Ms. Willis, who is unable to be with us today, is Ms. Molly McCammon, Executive Director of the U.S. Integrated Ocean Observing IOOS Alaska Ocean Observing System. Congratulations, Zdenka Willis. Dr. Stephen Cargill began his career in the oil and gas industry as a repair technician in Aberdeen, Scotland. An oil industry downturn prompted a return to academia, culminating in a doctorate in electrical engineering from Robert Gordon University. Following his education, Dr. Cargill joined Maritime Limited PML, specializing in the design and analysis of dynamically positioned DP vessels. Dr. Cargill then began an influential career in marine technology and the analysis and concept development of fault-tolerant DP systems. His work as a DP consultant and electrical engineer continued through the company's many corporate transitions to where it is today as DNVGL. An active MTS member since 2009, Dr. Cargill serves on the MTS Dynamic Positioning DP Subcommittee on Guidance and Standards. Dr. Cargill was influential in developing the MTS DP Vessel Design Philosophy Guidelines. In 2012, he received the MTS DP Committee's Distinguished Achievement Award. He currently holds the position of Technical Authority for Dynamic Positioning in the DNVGL Noble Denton DP Department, responsible for developing internal guidance and standards. In 2016, Dr. Cargill was the co-facilitator of the premier MTS DP workshop, conducted in Macaé, Brazil. This year, Dr. Cargill was instrumental in facilitating the premier MTS DP workshop in Aberdeen and served as the co-facilitator of the first all-day MTS DP workshop in Singapore in July. Dr. Cargill continuously strives to put forward MTS and the DP Committee brand. His presence at any industry event is synonymous with MTS. Congratulations, Dr. Cargill.
And Donna, I couldn't leave this podium without saying just how much this award means to me. I'm deeply honoured to receive it, but I really want to say that it's been an absolute privilege to work alongside so many people who have a passion for the sea, for the ocean, and in my case, for dynamic positioning. I couldn't leave without acknowledging some of the people who have motivated me and inspired me over the years, including Pete Fougere, sitting here in the audience, who's the chairman of the DP committee, Suman Mudasetti, who's the chairman of the Guidance and Standards Committee that I serve on. Also Howard Chateau, I don't know if you know, he's the person credited with development of dynamic positioning, and an opportunity to work alongside a gentleman like that is an astonishing opportunity. I also need to thank, of course, my long-suffering wife, Rodora, who lets me do things like this instead of cutting the grass and painting the house, which is what I should be doing. But the last place on the list is reserved for my father, Frederick Cargill. He set my moral compass and gave me a set of skills that other people value. And if he'd been here with us today, he would have simply said, "Stephen, never mind the nails, get on with the shed." Thank you very much.
After graduating from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution Joint Program, Dr. Scott Glenn began a 30-plus year research career implementing sustained real-time ocean observation and forecast systems. His journey began in offshore oil exploration with Shell Development Company, moved to the Naval Oceanography Command supporting fleet operations while at Harvard University, and since 1990 has supported a wide range of scientific and societal applications at Rutgers University, where he serves as the co-director of the Center for Ocean Observing Leadership. Dr. Glenn's research interests include the development of new ocean observing technologies, their application to scientific research in remote and extreme environments, and the demonstration of new educational paradigms to broaden their impact. His technology development work focuses on autonomous systems that can be operated remotely as distributed networks to improve the spatial sampling of complex environments. A major scientific focus is extreme events, including storms, hurricanes, and typhoons, investigating with observations and numerical models the linkages between the ocean, the atmosphere above, and the seabed below. Dr. Glenn's educational activities are designed to better prepare students to meet the challenges of a changing environment, using modern observatories to explore the global ocean. This includes student-led underwater glider missions to cross the Atlantic Ocean and circle all the ocean basins. As a result of the observatory-focused education program created at Rutgers, Dr. Glenn was named one of the U.S. Professors of the Year, representing the state of New Jersey by the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching and the Council for Advancement and Support of Education. This honor is the only U.S. national program to recognize excellence in undergraduate teaching. The MTS community is proud to name Dr. Glenn as an MTS Fellow. Congratulations, Dr. Glenn.
I'm a professor, so I have to speak a little bit. That was embarrassing. I've worked for the oil industry, for the operational Navy, and for academics, and the Marine Technology Society is the place where I really want to be. I come to see all my friends from all those places. So I'm really honored to be a member of this society. But I really want to thank the people back home at Rutgers that, allow me the time. They do all the hard work so that I can spend the time with the students and come places like this. So I think you're here somewhere. Thank you.
Each year, Ocean News and Technology looks at our next generation and recognizes an individual, age 35 or younger, who has already demonstrated excellence in their professional career and made valuable contributions through leadership positions within the society. Ocean News and Technology awards the recipient with $1,000. Our honoree this year is Dr. Ruth Louise Perry. Presenting on behalf of Ocean News and Technology is Mr. Greg Leatherman, Editor-in-Chief, ECO Magazine, and Managing Editor, TSC Publishing. Upon earning a doctorate in oceanography from Texas A&M University, Dr. Perry joined Shell Upstream Americas as a marine scientist and regulatory policy specialist. Dr. Perry is responsible for offshore marine environmental policy for Shell exploration and production offshore teams. In this capacity, Dr. Perry integrates marine science and ocean technology into regulatory policy, advocacy, and decision-making. Her work, primarily in the Gulf of Mexico, focuses in on the areas of marine sound, marine spatial planning, ocean observing, and marine mammal and life science. Dr. Perry is also responsible for helping Shell to develop public-private science collaborations, such as real-time monitoring programs to improve industry's knowledge of the offshore marine environment. Her work engages the oil and gas industry trade associations to develop and implement joint industry programs for offshore environmental monitoring and help increase understanding the effect sound generated by oil and gas exploration has on marine life. An active MTS member since 2009, Dr. Perry works closely with MTS leadership to build opportunities and expand partnerships with the oil and gas industry. Her research has been regularly published in the MTS Journal. Dr. Perry is noted for initiating the student poster competition and has continued to maintain an active role by serving the last 5 years as a student poster competition judge. Additionally, Dr. Perry has dedicated countless hours to student STEM mentorship, volunteer, and outreach work. Dr. Perry is an active participant in helping to shape public policy forums to discuss offshore energy development. She continues to lead the promotion of ocean science and science-based decision-making processes with a cross-section of stakeholders that include academia, resource managers, industry, and policymakers. The greater science community as well as the public have benefited from these efforts. Congratulations, Dr. Perry.
First, thank you, Greg, and Ocean News and Technology and the Marine Technology Society for this recognition. Like you heard in the video, I started back in 2009, and I have to give credit to John Walpert, who was actually in China today, but he brought this opportunity and said, you need to put a paper in, they'll pay you to go, right? So your advisor has to let you go. And lo and behold, did I know that I would have to spend 3 hours presenting a poster. But I think from that day on in Biloxi, the society has really helped me to grow as an individual, not just as a scientist, but really teaches valuable skills that I can take in all my different career paths. And I look forward to continuing my service with the society, and I appreciate this recognition. Thank you.
Each year, the prestigious Outstanding Service Award is presented to an MTS member, company, or individual in recognition of outstanding accomplishments in fulfilling the objectives and missions of the Marine Technology Society. This year, Mr. Jerry Boatman is being recognized with the MTS Outstanding Service Award. Mr. Boatman retired in 2015 with over 25 years' experience in programmatic leadership in operational oceanography, defense and commerce initiatives, and supporting technology review, selection, and acquisition. Mr. Boatman had an influential naval civil service career leading the defense and civil hydrographic modernization. Most recently, Mr. Boatman served as the Associate Director for Geosystems Research Institute at Mississippi State University. He has consulted for MSU on opportunities for the university stemming from activities and damages related to the Macondo oil spill. An active MTS leader since 1995, Mr. Boatman has served in a number of leadership roles, including president. As president, MTS expanded outreach and growth initiatives by introducing the MTS Tech Surge to share knowledge and facilitate advances in marine technology. The Society doubled the number and amount of student scholarships, with emphasis on marine STEM programs. During that time, MTS established a student mentoring and leadership program to include sponsoring student section chair attendance and leadership development during Oceans conferences. During his tenure, MTS doubled the number of MTS journal publications annually and doubled the financial reimbursement to MTS sections active in organization of Oceans conferences. MTS also increased the recognition of MTS volunteers, in particular those involved in conducting offshore technology conferences. MTS also expanded their international footprint and interactive involvement. In his active role as an Oceans Advisory leader, Mr. Boatman served on the advisory committee for numerous Oceans conferences and chaired the Marine Technology International Initiatives Committee. Mr. Boatman chairs the Joint Oceans Advisory Board, overseeing planning and execution of both international and North American Oceans conferences. Congratulations, Mr. Boatman.
I'll be brief. It's humbling and an honor to be recognized with some of the other recipients of this award. And like Bob Wernley said yesterday, we're family. And it's fun working with family, helping mentor. And as you saw some of the things we've done, returning some of the proceeds of investments of people's time back to the local sections. I'm proud of being part of MTS, and as you heard relating to dynamic positioning, MTS through their committee structure allows you to participate in things like dynamic positioning that changes the profession. This is one of the greatest things that MTS offers. You can be a change agent in your profession. So thank you, and I'm honored.
The MTS Outstanding Committee Award is presented to a society committee in recognition of their activities that have advanced the society. This year, MTS is pleased to recognize the Marine Renewable Energy Committee. The Professional Committee on Marine Renewable Energy, MRE, has shown excellence in leading the advancement of marine science and technology. In November 2016, MRE successfully presented the TechSurge Production of Renewable Ocean Energy for Small Non-Grid Connected Applications. Over 60 attendees experienced an off-site tour of renewable energy facilities at the University of New Hampshire and a full day of professional development complete with over 19 technical presentations. Attendees reported that the event exceeded expectations for education and networking. MRE committee leadership invested countless hours to plan, coordinate, and execute this successful event, which offered networking and business opportunities as well as education and professional development. Additionally, the TechSurge provided numerous opportunities to promote MTS products and services to members of the community. Several new members joined as a result of participation in the event. The MRE committee is committed to cultivating the next generation in marine science and technology and investing in collaborative efforts. Money profited from the TechSurge funds a scholarship program enabling MTS student members to attend future conferences and workshops in the renewable energy field. In July, the MTS MRE chairman chaired a technical panel session at the OSES 2017 Cape Cod Workshop, organized by the Offshore Energy and Storage Society and hosted by the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution. Material presented at OSES 2017 Cape Cod complemented content presented at the MTS MRE November 2016 TechSurge Workshop. The MTS MRE Committee previously planned and organized an MTS Journal on Marine Renewable Energy Technologies. The committee continues to publish periodic membership-wide updates of materials of general interest and are in regular discussions with new organizations, such as the Electrochemical Society, with possible collaborative interests. Accepting on behalf of the Marine Renewable Energy Committee is Mr. Bob Seitz.
Mine's short. I'm just going to say thank you on behalf of Clifford Mertz, who happens to be in Florida. We had a hurricane to deal with, so he was unable to make it here.
The MTS Outstanding Section Award honors the section that throughout the year has energetically pursued and organized activities in the advancement of the Society's objectives. This year, we are honored to recognize the MTS India section. The Marine Technology Society India section was inaugurated in January 2016 to promote interaction among the industries and institutes in India and attract young talent in the field of marine technology. The activities are in line with the guidelines of MTS USA. Currently, the section boasts 40 general members and 170 student members. Over the last year and a half, MTS India section has organized 24 events, notably the successful flagship TechSurge in 2016 on underwater search and rescue. With the support of MTS headquarters by the participation of then President-elect Donna Kosak, the TechSurge attracted 168 participants from 35 organizations and included 9 technical talks and student poster competition on topics related to AUV. The section is comprised of 4 student sections who execute various activities including local mentorship at schools on marine technology. 4 students have been awarded MTS student scholarships, and ocean technology student camps have been established with participation of 80 students. Additionally, a 1-month student internship has been instated for student section members in the area of ocean observations, AUV, and coastal environment. Congratulations, MTS India section.
It's me again. I just want to say that we both started this MTS India section last year. One of the important thing on text search, you would have seen a picture wherein these 5 fishermen were at sea. Their boat had broken. They were hanging on with a piece of log there. On 5th day, they were recovered. So the coastal police chief who came and narrated this, and we announced it with the participants and the industry that how can we help. Immediately, one of the industrialists, he came forward. He provided them a boat, and another industry came forward and gave a communication system. Within a month, it was delivered to them. That's a great thing in a conference wherein we reach the society and support was given to them. Thanks to Donna for coming over there. It has given an impetus to all of us to proceed and work with the society and with the students. Thank you one and all, and thanks to my students and others who are with us. Thank you.
MTS's Outstanding Student Section Award recognizes the student section that has demonstrated superior performance in the overall advancement of the society's objectives. We are pleased to recognize this year the University of Southern Mississippi section. The University of Southern Mississippi USM student section of MTS is very active and successful, engaging both in their local community and MTS events at large. Members participate in Earth and Science Day activities at local elementary schools, join the Gulf Coast section for a crawfish boil and social, and attend Oceans in Action conference. Along with members of the Gulf Coast section, the USM student section is planning several site visits to local marine-related government offices, including the USGS Hydrological Instrumentation Facility, the NOAA National Data Buoy Center, the Naval Research Laboratory at Stennis Space Center, the NOAA National Weather Service, and the Naval Oceanographic Office. After successfully acquiring funding from MTS, USM MTS Student Section narrowed their research focus in 2 specific areas. The first focused on utilizing aerial drones for surveying coasts and barrier islands for change due to storm impacts. USM MTS Student Section President Mr. Thomas Kosiach presented findings at the Bays and Bayou Symposium and was awarded first place in the student poster competition. The second research area focused on developing a citizen science program for monitoring pH in the Mississippi Sound. These efforts, all student-driven and utilizing marine technology, are a regular part of the section activities and directly reflect the mission of MTS. To increase outreach and engagement, the USM student section has made significant strides in the development of their website and Facebook pages. Both online platforms communicate prominent information including meetings, group organization, dissemination of newsletters, research updates, and field trips. The USM student section has routinely focused on their research dissemination and the research of others. Congratulations to the University of Southern Mississippi MTS student section.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Whitmore. I'm last year's student section chair, and I'm extremely honored to be accepting the award on behalf of the student section here. We've grown our section quite a lot over the last 2 years, and in doing so, we found an outpouring of support from MTS headquarters and our local MTS parent section, which is the Gulf Coast section. And I'm extremely excited to be here, and we're moving forward as a section, very thankful for that support and our continued partnerships with these sections. So thank you very much.
And lastly, real quick, we'd like to introduce Jeff Payne to tell us a little bit about Charleston next year's event.
Okay, I just wanted to take the opportunity to let everybody know that we're going to be hosting Oceans 18 in the beautiful city of Charleston, South Carolina. It will take place October 22nd through 25. We're going to be at that stick the dagger in the heart of hurricane season just about the end of October, so hopefully everything will go well. Charleston is a great city. We have about a population of 750,000 people now. It's grown tremendously, one of the fastest growing cities in the nation over the last 20 years. A great history and tradition and culture. It is a hub today of commerce, of science and technology, of business, of industry. I couldn't think of a better location for Oceans 18, Bob, to have come and chosen. So we're looking forward to everybody coming, and I want to just encourage and have you spread the word so that we can make that as successful a conference as this one has been. And the theme that we are going to be utilizing is one which I expect and intentionally desire to be an implementing theme that integrates across boundaries, the boundaries of our oceans and our coasts, our societies, our economies, and our environment. So the theme is basically healthy oceans, resilient communities, robust commerce equals strong nations. It's a long theme, but it's intentional in terms of its integration capability. So we welcome you to Charleston a year from now, and it's going to be great. Thank you. And we'll cue up the video, and then everybody can see that, and then I guess we're done.